the packet tracer. So I just modified the previous lab one. So the IP addresses are a bit off here. I need to change it. Okay, so this is like wrong. Okay, so I need to modify it to meet the requirement here. So this is for HQ, right? So you start from 33 and end at 62. So as I mentioned before, is that try not to confuse yourself. Always set a rule, right? Which one will be your gateway? Is it the first IP or the last IP? So some people have the practice of using the first IP address. Some use the last. Whatever you do, right, stick to it. Okay, don't randomly assign IP address where you end up very confused. So for me, right, usually I'll assign the last IP address to be a gateway. Then the first few IP address will be for the devices. Okay, so what I have here, right, is the PC. Okay, so I'm going to use it 192.168.0. This case will be 32, right? 33. Okay. Okay. Then the net mask will be 224. And in this case, right, the gateway. Okay, copy. Doesn't work. 192.168. Let me see. So it's 62. Okay. So this will be my PC. Then the laptop. So just now was 33. This will be 34. 4. Okay, so I'm done with the end device here already. So we're gonna move on to the other side. So similarly, right, check what's the IP address. So it's 129, so it's 158. 129. So net mask is correct. Should be 158. Okay. Then printer. So the printer is a bit different. It's not like the PC has a desktop. The printer doesn't come with a desktop. It has a complete tab. So you go to settings, right? This will configure the gateway. So this will be 158. So just make sure your gateway is consistent across. Okay. 158. Then here will be because 224, no, 129 is taken already, so the next one will be 130. Okay. So that's it for both side of devices. So now we're going to configure the gateway. Just now I was using .62, 0.62. So there are 4 interfaces, 2 gigabit and 2 serial. Okay, so we're going to configure a gigabit and the serial. So gigabit is 0/0. Then IP at, in this case is 62, is it? 62, yep. Okay. Then the net mask, okay, you need the net mask, 255, 255.255.224. The net mask is important because it defines where the start and the end. If you configure the net mask wrongly, then after you hit a lot of problems like overlapping IP address and things like that. Okay. Then obviously the next interface is the serial because all these are the previous lab one. So serial be 010. Then this will be 1.1.1.1, 255.2, 252. Okay. So that is social IP interface base. You should see that it should be reflected as this way, as per the earlier part. Okay, so we're going to do the same for the other router, the plug router. So again, we need to change this out also. So this is, I think, 158. The net mask is the same. Then this is a serial interface 010. Then this will be 1.1.2.1. Okay. Then validate. So after done all this, I just do some basic check or whether can your PC ping the gateway or not. Okay, if you can ping, that's good. Because at this point in time, right, we haven't configured the default route as the route. So it can't ping all the way to the other side. Okay, so it should be able to ping its gateway. So same for the HQ jack, where they can ping the gateway also. So the gateway is configured here, 62. So I can ping. Okay. So in case I'm wondering why we need to configure default route on the router, but we need to configure default route on the PC and actually all this has been done for you already. It's just that you don't know already. There's a command that you can check actually. It's called route. So it's not. This is an invalid command. But if you see your own laptop, right, you can see it here. So you can see that all devices has a default route to configure. It's just that packet tracer don't support it, but you can issue it your route pin command. This is extra info actually. Anyway, back to here. So now we configure this the WAN. Okay. So IP. So this one I haven't configured anything yet. Thing. So let's see what is the configure. So this is 010 and 011. So the IP address will be 1.1.1.2. 252 is the net mask. Then remember to do a dual shot. So this is that the interface is up really. The outside is still red in color. We're going to do the same. It should be 11. And the IP address will be 2.2. Then no shot. So then back to this one, I remember I was saying that you configure the default route on these two end router, then the static route here. So this is the next step we're going to do next. Okay. So on the HQ router, the command to use is a IP route. Okay. IP route, then 0.0.0. It's a wildcard. Okay. Then you see which is the output out interface. This is 0, 1, 0. This is the facing one. So you use this interface. So I suggest you use the method 2. It's more easier for you. Okay. So be 0, 1, 0. Okay, this is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So that's it. Okay, so it may complain about some performance issue, but we don't care. Okay, this is just a lab environment. In the production environment, yeah, it does matters. That's why I don't usually use this method 2. Okay. So likewise, on the branch router, do the same also. Okay, so in case you're wondering if I over here at the interface command, right, then I need help. Do a question mark, it will contain unrecognized command because this command is actually a global command. So if you really need contextual help, right, just delete off everything and exit one time. Then you just press I find the command again. Then that's where it will make sense. You say, okay, you need to put in the IP address, the gateway actually, or the net, not gateway, but the destination prefix. So again, it's a wildcard. Then the other one is the net mask. See here. Okay, then followed by the exit interface. So in this case, it's a serial 010 also. Okay, so I'm done with these two routers already. So now this one is the one that configure the static route. So the destination prefix, right? Oops. This one is referring to your network address. So if you go back to your this working, right, this is just a start only. So the network address is the first IP address or something, which is the 32. Okay, it will be 192.168.0.32. Then followed by the net mask 224. Okay. Then in this case, this interface, this is the outbound interface towards the .32 range. So it's 010. Okay. Then the other one is let's see. This is 128. Okay, the network address. So it will be 128. Okay. Then this one is let's see. I think it's 1011. Okay. Okay, then just check off because I noticed that there's the other class one of the students have a funny bug is that after he add in all this static route, then you do a do show run. For his case, one of the static route or the default route just doesn't want to come out. So if that happened to you, unfortunately during the test, right, what you can do to recover is that you just save the whole thing using the right command. Right? Okay. So it will save the configuration and you do a reload. Okay, reload means to power on and off. Okay. If you hit the bug, okay. This software is a bit buggy. So I hope this doesn't happen to you because that is really challenging already. Then you hit bugs, right? Even more challenging. Okay. So you only do this if you after you configure the static route and it doesn't appear here, it's still missing. It hit one of my students. Okay, so I hope it doesn't happen to you. So we check here also, make sure that the default route is there. Okay, so I have a redundant default route. This one is from the previous lab. So I'm going to remove this. Completely do a no statement to remove it. Okay, then check whether it's still everything in order. So see that now it's okay. Okay, same for the branch. So I also have some redundant routes over here. I'm going to remove this as well. Do a no statement. Okay, then check again. So it should be okay. Then once you've done all this, right, then you try to ping the other side. So you can try to ping the gateway. Just now was 158, right? It should be pingable. Then let's see, you want to ping the one of the end devices like the PC or the printer would be 129.130. Yep. So and 130. Okay. So sometimes the first ping may get timeout. So just be patient a bit, or don't immediately uh panic and press other thing. Just wait a bit. So that's it. I'm done with this.